everyone. I'm Swati Sharma from the Department of Study. Today's topic for discussion is unemployment. So, what is unemployment? Unemployment refers to a situation when there are some able-bodied person who are willing to work on the prevailing wage rate, but obviously they are unable to find work which will give them some regular income. There are a few types of unemployment. Right, so I have just divided the unemployment into major types like rural unemployment and the urban unemployment. So in rural unemployment, there are two types of unemployment, like seasonal unemployment and disguised unemployment. So what is seasonal unemployment? Basically? It's also called structural unemployment, basically. So it basically means it occurs when people are unemployed at particular times of the year when demand for labor is lower than usual. For example, like some are working agricultural land, they are working in there for a few seasons. So this is called seasonal unemployment. So next is disguised unemployment. So what is disguised unemployment? So basically, this is the hidden unemployment. This is a situation where labor that is employed in a job is not actually utilized for the production of goods and services. So this is called disguise. Basically, this is not shown to any, visible to anyone. That is why we called it as a disguised unemployment. And next major type of unemployment is urban unemployment. So in urban, there are three major types of unemployment. First is industrial, educated, and cyclical. So first is industrial unemployment. So what is industrial unemployment? So if a person has to remain unemployed for a given period due to the changes in industrial sector, or maybe there are certain conditions which uh, which focuses on kind of unemployed for a given period. For example, the people who migrate from rural areas in search of employment and are like semi-literate and have no special training. So this is called the industrial unemployment. Then next is educated unemployment. So what is educated unemployment? In educated unemployment, person is educated and not find a suitable job for him or herself. So this also occurs when there is a large number of graduates. So graduates, but the job opportunities are very less in that particular area. That is called the educated unemployment. Next is cyclical unemployment. Cyclical unemployment basically means the overall unemployment that results directly from the cycles of economic upturn and downturn. As we have seen in this pandemic, so many people lost their job. So this comes under cyclical unemployment. Right? This is the unemployment typically rises during recession and decline during the expansion time. So next is causes for rising unemployment. So causes for rising unemployment. First is um, slow pace of economic growth, then rapidly rising population, then too much reliance on agriculture, old and orthodox education system, then poverty. So if we talk about the slow pace of economic growth. As we have seen that in India, economic growth is not that up to the mark. So economy is growing very slowly. So due to this, the unemployment is rising at very high rate. So this is what you call the slow pace of economic growth. Next is next is rapidly rising population. As we know that population is rising very fast. So this is one of the major reasons for unemployment in India. Then too much reliance on agriculture. In India, maximum population is rely on agriculture sector. And maybe this is the reason, like, why uh, uh, people are unemployed, because agriculture is a seasonal occupation. So it provides like seasonal employment. So large part of population is dependent on that particular sector only. So that is why it causes rising unemployment. Then next is old and orthodox system. As till today, we have very old and orthodox education system in our society. So people are not getting what they have to get in their studies or in the education system. So this is very much important if people are not getting the practical knowledge in schools or colleges or any other area. So this is a major cause of unemployment in India. Next is poverty. So poverty, as we know that in India, uh, below poverty line people are very high, and obviously they are not well educated to do a particular job. So most of the people are poor in India, and due to that, they are unemployed. So unemployment in India, if we see this graph, basically the figure in July 2020 in India, the unemployment rate is 7.43, and in urban areas 9.15. But if we go through the major part of April, May, June, when the lockdown happens, so unemployment rate is like 23.52%. So it's very much, it's very high. And unemployment rate, if we check only the August part, it's in India, it's 7.8, and in urban area, if we check 9.7%, and in rural areas, 7.0%. So these are some of the digits, you can say that, some of the numbers which we get to know that what was the employment rate till July 2020 or August 2020. Then measures to solve the unemployment. So if we talk about measures to solve unemployment in India, we basically give different measures for the rural employment and for the urban unemployment, urban areas, right? So what if we talk about the rural areas, rural unemployment? So modernization of agriculture is needed, right? And rural development schemes should be followed or should be implemented. Then population control, obviously one of the major reasons population should be controlled. Then extension of social services, some social services should be provided and should be extended to rural part of the India. Then remedies to urban population. First, industries should be developed in a good manner, whether it's a small scale industries or a big industries. Right. Third point is also development of small scale industries. Right. Then improve education system. Obviously, still our education system is not very strong if we talk about the practical knowledge of the people are very less. Banking support. Banking support should be good so that if anyone want to do any kind of business or start their own venture, so they can just easily get the banking support for themselves. So if we follow these things, if these measures should be provided to any of the country or to India, then definitely we'll see that the unemployment rate will become down and decrease, and will achieve a good number for employed people. So thank you for this topic.